Hey everyone, this is Black6 from BZPower back here for another set review. Today we have got the Infernite Mixels from Series 4, not to be confused with the Infernites from, I believe it was Series 1 of the Mixels back last year in 2014. So up today we have got 41530 Meltus, 41531 Flamzer, and 41532 Burnard. Probably my favorite name of the three. So as far as pieces go, we've got 66, 60, and 59. These sets retail for $4.99 in the States, but since these are from the first series from 2015, you can pick them up a bit cheaper if you can still find them. I've picked mine up at the Lego store where they were on sale as they're trying to make room for some of the newer waves. So, like most of the Mixels, or all of the Mixels, they come in these kind of thick plastic bags, color-coded for their tribe. And they got the set on there, they've got the little animated version from the TV show on the top right, let you know what series it is and who it is. Flip it on the back. You can see, as per usual, if you combine the three Infernites, you can build the Infernites Max. You can see the other Mixels in Series 4. We reviewed those other two series. And you've got your warning labels and legal text, and make sure you recycle the packaging, kids. So that's probably about it for the packaging, so let's open these puppies up. So here we've got the pieces from the three sets. Inside each of the plastic bags is another smaller plastic bag and the set of instructions, so nothing too crazy with the packaging there. So let's take a look at the pieces. First up, we have got Meltus. So, obviously these guys have a lot of bright red and dark red pieces. Some of the ones that stand out here are this tail tip in bright red, which is only available in 4 other sets. We've got this 1x4.5 cover plate tile thing, which is also only available in 4 sets total. Then we have got this 45-degree 1x2 corner end slope thing in bright red, only available in 9 sets. And then we have got the dark red 1x2 jumper, which is also only available in 9 sets. Aside from that, we get some snot pieces of different types. Of course, we get the Mixel ball joints and the ball socket eyes. Gotta love those. And decent variety. We get some fire pieces, some clips and things like that. Decent variety of smaller pieces. Next up, we have got Flamzer. Only unique piece he has, I believe, is, let's see if I can find one. This 1x1 dark red upright clip, only available in 5 sets. This is the newer version, which is kind of has more of a curve there, as opposed to the older version where it was straight down and didn't have that relief in there. Again, we've got some snot brackets, Mixel joints. Interesting to see how these pieces are used. Now, I haven't looked too closely at the instructions or the pictures, so I don't know. Some cheese slopes, can't have enough of those. Some claws, larger fire piece. We can see that the Nixel is in this set, so you get the 2x2 round tile with the Nixel face printed on it. And that's about it for that one. And finally, we've got Burnard. So he's, again, a bunch of red. So the standouts here are, let's see, the 1x2 hinge plate in bright red, only available in 4 sets. He's got that clip as well that we showed off before. We've got the 2x2 inverted dome in bright red, only available in 9 sets total. He's also got the jumper plate we showed off on Meltus. Other than that, a lot of similar pieces. You've got the fire pieces, the cheese slopes. He does have a black lightsaber bar. He does have quite a few I'm seeing. These 1x1 round plates with a through hole, so that's pretty cool. Always love getting more of those, and just some general slopes, some curved slopes probably for the Nixel. Oh no, the Nixel's the other set. So some just curved slopes, hinge clip. So a decent variety of nice little pieces that help add to your collection of red colored odds and ends. But enough of those parts, let's get building. Alright, and here we've got the finished Infernite Mixels. So we will start off looking at Meltus. I really like his head, so they've definitely put a lot of detail into that. They used the hinge pieces and then these plates with the curve to give him these nice kind of recessed eye sockets. Then you've got the trans right along the top ridge. He's got these big teeth on here. You can kind of move these around to give them some expression. So when they're all the way up, he kind of looks a little surprised, but then you can put him down and he kind of gets like an angry or serious look. His head also moves, it's on a hinge here, and then his arms can move forward and backwards. His feet are using a Mixel joint, and like many of the other Mixels, unfortunately the socket is in the hip as opposed to the ball, which means his legs can't really go forward or backwards very well. They can just kind of go out to the sides. He also has a tail using an Exoforce arm and that tail piece we looked at earlier, which you can pop off. So you can move that around and pose that in different pieces. So there's a good deal of posability. Somewhat disappointed by only 2 ball joints in this set, but I really do like the head, and I think the head looks outstanding. All right, next up we've got Flamzer, who only has 2 ball joints, and those are in his tail, which has quite a bit of articulation here. Can even kind of like swing it around and stab people with it or something, or light them on fire. He can turn it on his body. As far as the rest of him, he's got 4 legs. They're just connected by a hinge here. So not a whole lot of posability from the legs. And his arms are also only on clips, so they can only go up and down. His head does move a little bit, so it can his mouth can kind of open and close. Just realized I think I put the wrong piece there on his ear. I was wondering why I had an extra trans orange cheese slope there. So there is that. So yeah, mouth opens and closes. Not a lot of posability, but I do kind of like the design aesthetic with a 6-limbed Mixel, so 4 legs and 2 arms plus this tail, is definitely fairly unique. So we'll give it some points for that. The Flamzer also comes with the Nixel, which is actually pretty much a all snot build. So you can see from the side that he has a plate here that the lift arms and some headlight bricks are on, and they kind of build off that to build the Nixel. And his arms can go up and down with some difficulty. There is a lot of friction in there. You can see the ears kind of wiggle along with it, but it works pretty well for a small little build. And finally, we've got Burnard. Also has a pretty interesting head. When I was building it, I thought I was going to like it a lot more than I actually do, because I saw the different elements I was building, but then as it comes together, I was a little disappointed. So it is on a hinge, so his mouth can open and close there. His tongue, or the fire that's shooting out of his mouth, is on a click piece, so you can actually move that a bit as well. His eyes are attached on these 1x2s with the kind of rod coming out, so you can spin the eyes around, give them lots of zany looks. I like the use of the bar in theory on the top for an eyebrow, but it's kind of gets hidden behind the rest, and he's kind of got these little claws for ears. You know, I think there's a lot of cool ideas here, but I'm not a fan of the implementation. I think it looks a bit too jumbled up. Not a lot of sense of cohesion in the head area. The rest of the body is fairly simple. He uses the hinge plates for his arms, so only go in one direction. And then on the legs, his are similar to Meltus's in that they don't really go forward and backward very well, just out to the sides. But still, you know, with these guys, there's always a good amount of posability you can find for them. You know, if you try hard enough. So you know, there's definitely lots of poses you can put them in. You know, all sorts of fun you can have. You know, with these little guys, I like to keep some on my desk at work. So if I'm on a boring phone call, I can just kind of play around and put them in different poses and things like that. So they're definitely good for things of that nature. As far as the Infernites go, I think these are pretty good. And actually I have the first series of Infernites here as well, to kind of maybe do a little quick comparison. So you can see a lot of them kind of suffer from the same issues with, you know, the hips in poor positions and only clips for arms and things like that. Overall, I think I do like the original series better as a whole. I think they have a bit more of a cohesive look, but there are individual elements of the new waves, like Meltus's head and the quadruped design for Flamzer, that I think kind of are better than the original, so you can see where the designers kind of improved. But you know, things like this guy, I don't remember their names, his eyebrows, you know, that you can kind of raise and alter there, were really great details in the first wave. But we're looking at the second wave here, and I think if you can pick them up on sale, they're definitely not a bad addition to your collection. They have a good variety of pieces. And of course, if you collect all three, you can build the Infernite Max. So that is what we're going to do next. And here we've got the Infernite Max, Mark II, I guess, or Series 4 version. So there's, you know, he's quite a sizable creature here. They do a pretty good job, I think, of getting a nice kind of shape with a kind of, you know, this kind of curve going on here. There's some kind of odd things, like you have these bars kind of exposed, and this black piece here with nothing on it. I feel like there definitely could have been some pieces they could have used to help cover that up and make it a little better. You might have seen that there is an action feature on here. So they use those 1x4 bricks with the grooves in them, and you can kind of move his tail back and forth and his tongue will follow. Not the greatest action feature, but it's nice, and it was a pretty interesting design, so it was actually kind of fun to build that part. As far as other posability, his top of his jaw opens and closes, so you can get a good look inside his gaping maw. His eye is on a hinge, so that can move up. I think it's designed pretty well to go right there, but you can, of course, kind of spin it around and pop it off. and make him look in different directions. His legs, again, have the unfortunate socket on the hip thing, so they can't move forward backwards very well. They do go out to the sides. He kind of has these additional toes back here. Technically you can move them around, but I don't think they really add to the look if you do. And finally his arms, you can move a bit. They have got shoulder and elbow articulation. So not a bad range of movement, and as always, you can keep the Mixel assembled when you build the Infernites Max, or the Max version of any Mixels. So yeah, cool little build. I definitely liked it. One of the better Maxes, I think. This is my first purchase of 2015 Mixels, and I like that they included the little action feature in here, even if it's not that much. I know that in some of the other waves of Mixels this year, the Max also has action features, like the steampunk theme one has a little gear function going on, so that's pretty cool. But overall, I'd say the Infernites this year are not a bad collection. They may not be first on your list to purchase, but if you can find them on discount like I did, I think they offer some good pieces and some fun building and play opportunities. So don't discount them off the bat. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching this review. As always, if you could like and subscribe to our channel so you can get all of the latest videos as soon as we post them, and keep up to date with the happenings on BZPower, that would be awesome. If you want to learn more about the Infernites and the Max version, you can head over to the full review on BZPower, where we will have detailed pictures and some in-depth text kind of furthering our thoughts on these sets. And while you're over there, make sure you check out BZPower and our message boards, where we've got a lot of active discussion every day talking about Bionicle, Ninjago, pretty much any LEGO theme you're interested in. People are sharing their creations, whether that be mocks or artwork or stories or games, and all sorts of fun discussion to be had over there. So make sure you check it out. Thanks again, everyone, and we will talk to you next time.